Hello, my name is Mikita Lagunow. I am a second year student of visual culture of the European Humanities University. In this video, I'd like to introduce to you my analysis of PR company of the trilogy of the Hobbit, or There and Back Again.
Hobbit, the Desolation of Smaug.
Hobbit trilogy is an adaptation of a small book of John Ronald Reuel Tolkien's The Hobbit, or There and Back Again. The film is also the prehistory of the movie Lord of the Rings trilogy, also created as Peter Jackson in the early 21st century. Trilogy was a huge success in the worldwide box office, and it was predictable that the creators will take for another adventure in the world of Middle-earth, thus solving many issues with copyright, movie studios and other troubles. Peter Jackson in 2011 began to create the film. Sensational success of The Lord of the Rings, a great cast, a time-tested director and huge financial cast of production paintings. This trilogy could not leave his mark in the history of cinema. Of course, a project of such magnitude had an active PR campaign. Now I would like to show you some interesting steps of PR campaign. And I'd like to start with the social networks. Each film with access to the screens already owns their own page in Facebook. Hobbit trilogy is not exception. On a page in Facebook we see almost 3.5 million subscribers. Agree? Impressive. On the page you will find all sorts of information about movies, including the distribution of various products based on the movie, like Lego toys, for example. On page laid out a variety of interesting photos from the shooting that fuel the interest of fans to the films. The next element is a page on Twitter. As a rule, if the project is quite famous and promoted, it should be a page on Twitter. Bright decor, pleasing the eye, the latest news and interesting photos to trilogy fans. All these can be found on page Tweet Hobbit. Nearly 200,000 readers read tweets about promoting the trilogy to our screens. Another indispensable element in promoting movies is a channel on YouTube where you can find a variety of interesting materials about the shooting, premieres and other events to the Hobbit. As we can see, the channel Hobbit is not as advised, only 13,000 subscribers. Besides videos, the channel can also find a chat for fans and counter days before the release of the next part of the film. 3 elements we have already discussed. These elements, in my opinion, are standard in promotion films. Now, I would like to pair some original techniques used in PR strategy of Hobbit trilogy. In anticipation of the release of the trilogy around the world, could observe the appearance of characters in the film in the most unusual places. Shopping center in Los Angeles becomes the house of dwarves. On the streets of Bucharest could be seen the Dragon's Mouth. In Wellington has installed a giant statue of Gandalf. In the local airport we can find the Golem. Thus, gradually, Middle-earth penetrated into our reality, appearing in the most unusual places, reminding us about yourself. In the last item in my presentation, interactive map that allows you to travel across Middle-earth. With this map, you can find a lot of information about the main characters and places of the film. Given all the innovation of the 21st century, this element is particularly attractive for the young people of today who likes to disappear on the internet in search of something interesting. To conclude my presentation, I would like to say that the PR campaign of the Hobbit is a very original campaign that tries to cover not only the virtual space, but also partly the real world. Of course, this campaign is worth big money, but given the budget of trilogy, about $515 million, is not a problem for the filmmakers. Thank you for your attention.